President Ramaphosa is meeting Nedlac stakeholders in about an hour's time in Rosebank following his announcement of measures to be put in place to curb the spread of the virus. Well, for more on this, we cross to our reporter Mbongeni Muthwa, who's standing by for us in Rosebank. Thanks very much for joining us, Mbongeni. What's happening where you are?
Well, as you're coming to us now, there is the Minister of Finance walking into the room, Mr. Mbongeni. With the DG there, Mr. Ishmael Mamoniat. There is also other ministers who are going to walk past me just now. Ms. Choko Didiza from Land Affairs, I can see her. Mr. Ibrahim Patel. There is also the Deputy Minister and other Deputy Ministers walking through. It's quite a big deal, this meeting. Almost everyone, in terms of the social partners, like the big names are here. The Minister of Labour, I can see him over there, Mr. Churas Nesi as well, with his officials. You've got top leadership of business as well. Mr. Martin Kingston from Busa, the Vice President, is here. You've got Mr. Rosebank from the Minerals Council, formerly the Chamber of Mines. You've got Mr. John Purchase from the agribusiness sector. He told me earlier that their main concern right now is to ensure food security, that the supply lines, all the foods that we import, that there is no disruption there. Of course, the President mentioning last night that some of the ports are going to be closed. So you've got top leaders of unions. The President of COSATU, Ms. Zingi Solos, is here with the General Secretary, Mr. Mbongeni Muthwa, FEDUSA as well, their President and their General Secretary are here from the community side as well. So it's quite a big meeting, and it's going to look across at the potential problems and disruptions that are going to happen to the normal functioning of businesses, companies, the impact on workers, and what should be done about that to mitigate. So it was supposed to start at 2, but 2 o'clock has come and gone now. The meeting has not yet started. So it means we're going to be here for quite long. Of course, they were scheduled to finish at about 5 o'clock. So now we're looking at beyond 5, maybe about 6, 7 to finish. I see the Deputy Minister of Health is also just arriving now. So these are extraordinary times. And of course, it's important to underline that this is an emergency meeting of the Executive Committee of Nedlac.
Yeah. Mbongeni, what can we anticipate in terms of the various different structures, in terms of business? Obviously, government has laid its plans on the table following the President's announcement yesterday. They are going to tell us about some fiscal interventions later. But what's business saying they're likely to bring to the table? What's Labour saying they're going to bring to the table?
Well, Mr. Martin Kingston did say that what they are bringing to the table here, what he says, what is clear to them is that this virus is going to change everything. It's not going to be business as usual anymore, especially when it comes to businesses, when it comes to employee relations, when it comes to a whole lot of other things. So that is what they're going to be coming to unpack here and explore together with their Labour counterparts, what kind of measures that they need to agree on in terms of dealing with all the problems that people can foresee and identify. And of course, a lot is still unknown about what exactly is going to happen as a result of this virus. Of course, Mr. Kes Kuvadia there as well, going through to the meeting, the CEO or the MD of the Banking Association. So people are coming with from different point of views. I must mention there that Mr. Mbongeni Muthwa, speaking to him earlier from COSATU, he did decry the fact that they would have preferred that consultations, especially with the unions and everyone, should have taken place before government had their special cabinet meeting yesterday and took the decision that they've taken, because coming to now to discuss when already government has taken a whole host of decisions which have got a far-reaching impact on many things. He says they would have preferred to have consultation before those decisions were actually taken.
Mbongeni, we're going to leave you there. I think you're going to be heading into that conference room. We'll leave you there. My colleague there, Mbongeni Muthwa, reporting from Nedlac. We're going to say goodbye to our SABC 3